The Madden 24 Madden Bowl wrapped up about a week ago, and Henry became a Madden millionaire throughout it. But also in that tournament, we saw a pretty familiar meta with some pretty big counters to it. Now, everyone's probably seen the free safety zone blitz meta where there's a out of dollar, you have a linebacker coming through the A gap off left side. That's very popular. And a lot of people also know that one of the best ways to block this is by sliding your line right. But I'm gonna give you a bunch of information on this bad boy. So, first and foremost, one of the best ways to make the blitz even better is to blitz the left slot corner. So it goes from a send 4 where you're just trying to get A gap pressure to where now you're trying to get A gap pressure and you're coming off the left slot, which makes sense because the blitz pickup is to slide your line right. Well, they're going to blitz off the left edge. But a really good counter to that is something that a lot of players started doing recently, which is double teaming the defensive end on the right side and then rolling out to the right. Now, the reason this works, and this actually works on quite a few defenses in Madden 24, is that we're really trying to generate interior pressure, or in this case, maybe they're trying to generate some pressure off that left edge. So if they're trying to generate interior pressure, you can roll out at a really high clip, and that's not like roll out cheese or anything like that. That is by alignment. It's from a pinch defensive line, so you can just roll out, and I mean, bada boom, bada bing, you're golden. The same way people are attacking 4-3-6-1, actually, where, a lot of people are only sending four out of that defense, and they're doing it while they pinch to the defensive line and then slant them down. So they're essentially double pinching. You just double team that outside defensive end who's inside the tackle, and it gives you a really easy way to roll out. Now, typically, people would think you'd have to use roaming deadeye or dashing deadeye to be able to make that happen and be able to make the throws on the run. And I think that's fine. You can do that. But one of the better ways to do it now is something called blue passing, aka blueberrying. That's a name. I don't know if I came up with that, but I like that name now, so that's what I call it. And blueberrying is essentially greening a shot in 2K, where if you time the release perfectly and you go to practice mode, you can kind of mess around with it and you'll kind of see yourself blueberrying. You could do it on the run, and you could time it perfectly where the bar lights up blue, and you'll get an accurate throw on every single pass. Like literally every pass you can throw across your body. It's kind of wild. Maybe overpowered, but it's kind of hard to say it's overpowered when it takes skill to actually blue the shot meter or the pass meter, right? It's like if you could green a fadeaway three-pointer from the hash mark with a hand in your face. It's like, hats off to you, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So there is some skill gap there. A lot of people right now are rocking Gunslinger, Hot Route Master, Set Feet Lead on their quarterbacks, along with a lot of people also using Gift Wrap, which I think Gift Wrap is still pretty necessary. It's just, man, you'll drop a pass every once in a while without Gift Wrap, and it's like, I've always been a huge believer. This has been a philosophy in my Madden game for a long time now, and that it's when I hit a wide receiver button, I want the ball to get thrown to him. So slinger and a fast release is necessary, and then I need him to catch the ball. So in this case, this year, gift wrap is going to be pretty necessary for that to be at least 100%er, and that's what I like to try to optimize for. Now, a route combo you've probably seen a good amount in comp play is double corner routes on the same side going to the wide side of the field. Now, this is typically a deep corner route complemented by a short corner route, and you can really hot route this your entire the entire route combo by yourself, or maybe you have a stock corner, anything like that. You can really find a way to be able to do. The way to defend this, though, it's so good because it beats every type of zone coverage. Except the way that people are starting to defend this, and we saw this with Wesley and Henry doing this to each other, is 30-yard cloud flats. We've seen that before. But then, like 15-yard curl flats actually will defend that corner route, the short corner, at a pretty high clip, even drop them back further. What this gives up is obviously the underneath flat, but if you have a clear out and you have two corner routes, you probably don't even have an underneath flat route, so you can give that up. And people are even backing off their slot corners to help achieve this, which is just, it's interesting. It's something that I really never thought we'd see, but it definitely is a way to attack the double corner route, I guess, meta, and it's pretty good, right? Both of the people, Henry and Wesley, in the championship were in the Philadelphia Eagles, aka the Indianapolis Colts, are exactly the same playbook, running a ton of gun bunch offset and really gun bunch X nasty. This was really like gun bunch X or gun bunch strong X nasty. I'm sorry. New formation they added into the game this year, and EA, I guess, got what they wanted, where new formation was used a ton, probably the most popular formation. It is obviously a variation of bunch, but you can run double corners from it, or you could run a halfback streak flat combo, which is very, 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 very good. This is just one of the best things that you could possibly do in the game with the halfback streaks that are just so good. You have something making them respect the flat, and then you have routes going opposite of the halfback streak, makes them have to kind of choose. It's very tough. It is very, very, very tough. Something else we saw, and I mean, you'll always see this, I think, for the remainder of Madden until they change the audibling system, is that a lot of people are audibling around and really using the RPO reads, RPO bubbles, as a super strong kind of constraint play, for lack of a better word, where they're running formations. Gun bunch, strong, X nasty is one of the examples of this, where you have to respect this bubble and inside zone combo pretty much every play, or else they're going to just honestly kind of pepper you with it. And in this game, because the juke move's so good, if you have space when you catch that bubble, you get one juke, two juke, and it's a potential touchdown esque run. It can be pretty tough. It can be pretty tough to defend. Outside of that, man, we have seen a lot of stuff remain very similar meta wise since the beginning of the year. Like I said, the A gap blitz has probably been in the game since we had the loop blitz early this year. The A gap has probably been in the game since maybe October or so. Now, the rolling out on it is definitely a newer thing that people have started doing, but the A gap's been in there for quite a while. And then bunch, man, bunch is always really good. There are new route combos that are coming out, which is always interesting. I feel really stupid that I've missed this, but the play dagger out of gun bunch strong X nasty, if you just put that point wide receiver, the guy at the top of the bunch on the line of scrimmage, put him on a crossing route, like a hot routed crosser, if you have Slot Apprentice or Hot Master on him, that play is ridiculously good. And I feel like an idiot because I ran this playbook for most of the competitive season. So I'm like, dang, that sucks. I probably would have won a few more games had I called that play. And had I called more RPO read bubbles. People are just audibling around at a freaking high clip right now. And I mean, it's really good in the game. It is really, really good in the game to audible around. That's one of the biggest ways the meta has changed since even really, I'd say about Madden 20 was the last year that people really didn't audible around too much. But once Madden 21 came in and you could audible from, I mean, you could just audible just entirely different personnel sets and all that stuff. Madden 21 is the start of people audibling around a ton. And that's when, Noah became really good at the game. He was very big on audibling around to a lot of different formations. We saw Dez then get really good at the game in Madden 22 was his first one, I want to say, that he got really good at. Then Madden 23. We're going to see the audible round meta stick around for a while. And even as something as simple as we saw a lot of this where someone would come out in a formation every time and then audible to the same formation every single time. And the point of that is, one, it freezes up defensive adjustments very frequently, so that's annoying. Two, they have to respect the initial formation you come out in as long as it's a good formation like gun bunch. And then three, they have to wait for you to make that audible. So when you audible, you can set up faster hot routes while you're audibling. When you break the huddle, you can only make one hot route and then a second one when you get to the line of scrimmage. When you're audibling, you can make a bunch of hot routes. Like when you're changing formations, and then boom, you can just snap the play, bada bing, bada boom, you're gone. Which is a very big advantage of audibling. I think one of the there's man, and it's crazy because they've cut down audibles to where you can only audible 3 times, and then you get that, or on the third time rather, you get that false start. So I'm like, man, what can they do more to stop audibling? I don't know, and I don't even know if they care, or it's a pet peeve of mine. But before audibling, people used to just flip bunch back and forth 18 times. So at the same time, it's like, what are you gonna do? In MUT right now, dude, there's this nasty meta of X Factor D linemen. I mean, these are disgusting. I've played some MUT head to head recently where I was kind of grinding a couple seasons here and there. And dude, these things are gross. I kind of laughed at them at first, and I mean, they're insta sacking me almost. I'm just sitting here, just kind of shaking my dick at the game. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. So that's one of the bigger things. I've seen a lot of man covers recently as well, which has been odd. But besides that, dude, there's nothing too crazy going on. The Madden Bowl definitely had changed the meta somewhat, but it's I wouldn't say it's one of the more drastic changes. The next opportunity we have for a drastic change in the meta is, one, if someone finds a game-breaking glitch, or two, if they release a patch, which I feel like we have like one more patch that is that has potential to be game-changing until we're kind of set for the year. So I'm hoping EA maybe does something for that. If you guys enjoy the video, we're trying to hit 20,000 subscribers. So consider hitting that subscribe button. It is free and it helps me out and the channel out a ton. Also, you want to get better at John Madden football, dude? You want to win more games? Civil.gg, code premium, link top description. See you on the next one.